My name is Kaggwa. I'm an arts and culture journalist and a film curator. And I'm proud to say that I've attended all the editions of the Kampala International Theatre Festival. That's from 2014, when the very first edition was held at the National Theatre. I grew up in theatre, kind of. Time came when I could tell when there was a mistake being done by the actors, because I had watched some of these shows over and over during their rehearsals. So for me, that was my earliest foray into theatre. The very first show at KITF, it was called Star City. It has a very rich background around it. These people were literally talking about South African history and then their stories as artists, but they were doing it at a theatre that was for white only. And this story was being told by, I think, a white guy and a black actress. Like it was quite surreal. That was my very first time experiencing this kind of theatre. Very minimal. When it comes to Uganda and the way we experience theatre, most of the times we have very big casts. These were just two people and a musician. And the show that came after that, I think, was a one-man show. And then there were readings. I had never experienced a reading in my life. I could say it's been a journey where I've covered the festival because I've covered much of it as a journalist, but then I've also learned a lot. I feel like our theatre festival is quite very engaging when it comes to the kind of productions that usually get in. You have something from Kenya, something from Uganda. You keep seeing emerging talent. 2017, it was happening at the Square. Everyone was trying to understand how the place works. The plays that were selected for the festival, for that edition, were really amazing. I remember there was the woman that would be king, Sosa. It was a one-person production. That was an amazing show. There was another one that happened at the museum, the car park. Okay, that museum for cars, like old presidents' cars. The edition at the Square was outstanding. The very first edition at Dere Center, which Kaggwa opened with The Audience Must Say Amen. That one also had Kemi Ondo's Kauna Yo Eat. It had this play which Tebere put up last year again, Tropical Fish. Some amazing editions have happened. Theatre and film in Uganda are not very different when it comes to the way they segment themselves. In film, you'll find people that think they're downtown and others that think they're uptown. So I wish we could bridge that gap, because it happens in theatre a lot. The people that go to Bat Valley do not feel like they come to the same theatre as the theatre we see at KITF. They believe these are two different things. So I wish we could bridge that gap, and probably in the next 10 years, each of these two groups would know that they are one. That would be for the win of theatre. I want to find the Ugandans that I eat a Rolex with at the festival. At the moment, I feel like I'm there with snobs. Like, involving young people in theatre is it's not really a one-day thing, but it's something that can start with one, the programming and how we are doing that programming. Some have tried to take theatre to them because traditional theatre exists in what you could call archaic spaces. People do not associate to them as much as we want them to. For example, when you look at UNCC and in its shape, there are very many chances you will not attract a university student to come to UNCC. But you can probably get them at Motive, where a lot of hot things are happening. I would like to congratulate KITF for making 10 years.